Hey guys, just got back from the Sunshine Gulf Coast Showcase down in Hoover, Alabama. Saw players from the 13U age level all the way up through the 2021 class. About 100 players in attendance amongst the 2-3 age groups, but the talent was huge. And just to kind of kick us off and set the precedent for the event, we'll talk about Tulane commit Luke Hill. Luke Hill's a primary shortstop, worked out from the outfield, infield, threw off the mound. Everywhere he was 90 plus. He ran a 6.76 in the 60. The bat played in-game, bat played in BP. I mean, on the mound, he was up to 91, I believe. The bat was incredible in-game. He went opposite field, adjusted, showed the hand strength with a breaking ball, shot it to the right center field gap, came around for an easy stand-up triple. Only next time to go again the other way, it was a 97-mile-an-hour ground out to second base, but he scorched the ball, jumped off the bat, and he was definitely the one name that kind of circled around the quad as like, hey, see if you can get a look at this kid. He's pretty legit. The other one was an arm, Thrasher Steed, also in the 2022 class, like Luke Hill. Steed is a UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham commit. Right-handed pitcher, 88-91 throughout his 3 innings, maintained it very well. But what stood out as much as the velocity, which was up a little bit from the spring, was the 3 pitches for strikes. There was a sharp slider that worked up to 81 miles per hour, a low 80s changeup, lots of fading life to it. So between the operation, the projection, and the 3 pitches that he showed, there's a lot to like when it comes to Thrasher Steed. Mixed within the upperclassmen were some 23s and 24s, and the one that really stood out was catcher Jack Holley from Louisiana. Listed at 6 foot, 165, so there's obvious growth potential there, room for added strength. But what he did behind the plate, he popped a 188 through 81 miles per hour during drills from behind the dish, and in-game gave a sub-2 pop time. So showing that he's not just a showcase standout, he's also, or a workout standout, I should say. His tools translate to in-game action. It's a good frame. There's strength in his hands. There's quickness to his hands offensively. He took a solid round of BP. And for as good as the bat was, it was the defense. It was the catch and throw skills that are going to have college coaches calling Mr. Holley here in the short future. Kicking it down to the younger guys, we'll start with Gray Eubanks. He's a left-handed hitting third baseman from Tennessee. It was my second time personally seeing him, having seen him at the Mid-South Showcase about a month or 2 ago. And he was good there. He was even better here in Hoover this past weekend. Went 4 for 5 on the weekend in live at-bats. Worked to the opposite field very well. Again, kind of like we saw with Hill, he had some strength in his hands, showed the ability to adjust to breaking balls regardless of the count. The first game of the event, he went to the opposite field all 3 times, but it was with ease. It wasn't that he was late by any means. It was I'm going to go with where the pitch was, and that was the approach throughout the weekend. Physical build, already has strength to him throughout. Still ran a 7.32, threw 80 miles per hour across the infield. Made all the plays in-game, made all the plays during drills, showed the ability to drop his slot. So he's one you're going to want to keep an eye out on. The other one was Santae McWilliams, by far the fastest kid there. He was the lone sub-7 runner, ran a 6.98 in the 60. Then we got to see the speed in-game, whether it was on the bases, whether it was with the inside the park home run, where he squared up a ball, shot it through the right center field gap, made it to the fence, obvious jump off the barrel, and scooted around. I mean, he was already rounding third, halfway down the third baseline when the ball was still coming into the first cutoff. So that's kind of, the speed is there in drills. The speed is also there in games. He got a quick first step in right field on a ball that should have fallen for a base hit. Instead, he comes in flying, fully extended, and robs whoever it was of at least a single, if not extra bases. And that was kind of the theme for him throughout the weekend, was solid defense. The bat definitely played. He had a solid BP with lots of barrel, strength in his hands. I'm told he's a high-level football player too, so he's a potential two-sport standout and somebody we're definitely going to want to keep an eye on moving through the summer and throughout his high school career.